Now, of course, other student organizers of Harvard Sex Week, which is hilarious, did not respond to emails over the weekend from the College Fix seeking comment about the appropriateness and academic value of the event. Harvard University officials could not be reached Sunday for comment. Well, you call them on Sunday. Come on, I'm going to call them today and get an interview. What, are you kidding me? You got to call them on Monday. That's when they're in there. Right now on Sundays, they were getting all right, well, they were getting it in the back door, apparently. In addition to anal sex workshop, other planned activities, according to the agenda, include Brown Girls Do It Well, a queer dysphoria remix, workshop that will insinuate our personal narratives with a broader system of racism, sexism, classism, and Islamophobia and imperialism. Sex Ed 101 promises to teach students the ins and outs of the safer sex, including the proper use of dental dams. What? Losing your concept of virginity. Will question whether virginity matters. And 50 Shades of False. Kink, Fantasy, and Fetish is expected to delve into how the best-selling book apparently got BDSM all wrong. Where is Kiss Kiss when you need her? This is the number one.
says it's a new form of birth control.
Yes, anal sex is the new form of birth control, but also, I don't know, it's just an unused hole. What do you want from me? The number one selling sexy. How is our social culture in shaping the future of entertainment? Workshop slated for Tuesday does not offer a detailed description online. However, Jimmy Lumpkin, who describes herself as someone who entices all women to explore their female fantasies, and also a lesbian porn producer, tweeted that she is set to give a talk at Harvard on Tuesday. I wonder if she would come on my show. I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out if I can get an exclusive interview with Miss Jinsey Lumpkin.
Yes,
Jinsey Lumpkin and the Pumpkin.
Tremendous.
Yeah, I'm saying, she's a lesbian porn producer. I want to know what goes into that. Because I'm always watching lesbian porn. I mean, you kidding me?
It's the best, without a doubt.
Sex Week is coordinated by Sexual Health Education and Advocacy throughout Harvard College, or Sheath. They call it Sheath.
Oh, man.
The Sexual Health Education and Advocacy throughout Harvard College is called Sheath. Or I'm surprised they didn't call it Condom. A recognized student-run organization on campus. The events are billed as free and open to the public. And it goes on here, too. Not all Harvard students are fully supportive of Sex Week. I say do it, man. I mean, what better way to meet a girl than while she's standing in front of the Anal 101 table? All you got to do is just walk up and say, you thinking about possibly having a little bit of backdoor action there, sweetheart? Well, I was kind of in it. Well, come in. Well, attend the seminar with me. I'm going in, too. I want to find out more about this. Then, of course, you go. You listen for an hour. You whisper in her ear. You say, hey, let's get out of here. Go get a couple of drinks. And while you're schmoozing with her at the bar, next thing you know, you end up back in her dorm room. And then there's a skid mark in the sheet. Ah! Yeah, you know how that happens. That's afterwards, though. Oh, no! All right, sweetheart, I'll see you later. I got to get out of here, huh? It's been a nice meeting you. A great seminar. Yeah, I'll hit you up with the details of how this worked, huh?
Oh, man. Harvard.
This was one just article that was just up there. I can't believe I found this. In fact, I'm sharing this. Oh, no. I have to add a comment. This is awesome. For Kiss Kiss.
So, Jimmy, what kind of classes you taking this semester at Harvard?
Well, Mindy, I'm going to be taking Anal 101.
Anal 101?
That's right.
101? Oh.
Well, just think about it like this. It actually will not mess up your religion there, Mindy. And not only that will it not mess with your religion, but you don't have to wear a condom because You can't get you can't get pregnant from having anal sex, right?
Are you sure about that?
I don't know. That's why I'm taking the class. I want to find out. All right. Here's a comment from the bottom of the page here. It says, about time, considering how violently Ivy League graduates have been sodomized in the American middle class, the American Constitution, and the memory of our founding fathers for decades now. Such training was long overdue. Maybe it will be less painful for us with the proper amount of lubricant.
I like that comment. That's right on the point.
I'm telling you, this is why I read some of these comments down here. So there's a lot of naysayers out there, but I feel Paul Licorice, I think that's his last name here. So that's a good article. Well, what else do we got here this morning, Godfather?
That's good stuff, man. Good stuff right there. But well, I was going to get back to let's see here. It's amazing how with this election we got again tomorrow. We'll be going back to the polls, the midterm elections. So to get back to that a little bit, I've been getting a lot of emails from the teachers union, my teachers union here. I was a member of the Massachusetts teachers union where I taught, and some of the stuff they've been sending me lately is it's unbelievable, man. It's like it's really incredible, man, how they're trying to influence the election and trying to get union members to go a certain way and vote a certain way, and it's the money being spent on these campaigns is what I really wanted to get at. Is it's incredible, the money, even for these local campaigns. Like I got a friend that he runs a company that they're like a advisors to candidates running all over the country. He has connections with, and they help him out. And he's telling me he's got an account for each one of them with $250,000 in there. So whenever there's a negative ad that comes on against his candidate, right away they can respond, which he says they need to do. And the money that's involved with these elections, even going down to local elections, it's incredible, Pumpkin. It's like when I was a kid, my mother always said, you can grow up to be president in this country. Anybody can grow up to be president. And I think that's, I don't think that's true anymore, man. I think it's, the money talks, unfortunately.
Well, now it seems like the only way to even get noticed is by having enough money to plaster your face all over everything and everywhere. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of us get listened to just on the simple fact that, people are bored and they're going through the website and they hit us and then they like to listen to us now. But for let's just say for my local community, I wouldn't be as popular as if I'm not as popular as if I was if I had like $1 million to just throw up billboards, just buy out, exactly. You know what I'm saying? All the signage everywhere. That's when, if I had the money to do that, of course you got supporters. You're coming and paying them to support you.
But, this teachers union, they're even involved with like elections for governors, like Michigan Governor Rick Snyder, Florida Governor Rick Scott, and Pennsylvania Governor Tom Corbett. They've been making some decisions that the educators feel go against what they're about. They took steps to stabilize state budgets with dramatic shifts in how many tax dollars are going to schools and teachers and so forth. And the 1.6 million member American Federation of Teachers, one of the teachers unions, plans to spend $20 million on this year's elections, a record.
Whoa.
And the 3 million member National Education Association has sent almost $8 million to political allies such as the Democratic Governors Association. So it's big money, man, big money, and it's unbelievable.
It sounds like they're just buying votes.
That's essentially what they're attempting to do. And as a union member, most union members that I spoke to, they're not for that, man. They're not for the union spending their hard-earned dues, that they have to take out of their pay to support some of this crap going on.
Well, it seems like the only way to get elected is to have somebody either giving you millions of dollars, or, you know what I mean? It's at a point where if you're not a millionaire, you're not going to be even close to getting into government.
Yeah, and there's a lot of outside groups now that are, coming into certain communities with ads, supporting this candidate or that candidate that don't even live in that community, trying to sway the election or what have you. There's a lot of minutia to dig through, man. Nowadays.
I like how you said that, minutia.
Minutia, yeah,
That's
definitely is.
that's kind of like, is that a slang word for manure, right?
That's a slang word for shit. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure. I was pretty sure of that, but I've only heard that word a couple of times. What minutia?
Minutia, yeah, minutia. That's what it is, man.
It's one of them Yankee words.
It's just, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Like in Massachusetts, they got this, the governor's election, the lady that's running, that they support, the Democratic candidate, of course, Martha Coakley, she supports charter schools, which is, a big no-no as far as the teachers unions are concerned. They think that's cutting into the public education budget and so forth, and so they're totally against charter schools. But this candidate that they support is, so that even though they have concerns over her support, the board, while decrying her statements, is still strongly supporting her over her Republican opponent and encouraging people to vote. And what they're also trying to do in Massachusetts is have teachers accountable for how their students are doing. Like in any job, right? Yeah, I mean, we're all held accountable when you have a job. You either do your job or you get your review. You're either doing it or you're not doing it. And private practice, private business. If you're not doing the job, you'll see you later. We'll get somebody else in here. But with the tenure situation, which they're trying to address in many places in our country, which kind of protects a lot of these subpar teachers out there, they're trying to amend those to give the school principals, the option of getting rid of people if they're not up to the job. You know what I mean? Instead of just letting them kind of sit in a rocking chair and live out their time until they retire. And, there's a lot of course, fight back with the union over that regard. They don't want to absolutely go there, so they don't want to be held accountable for their own actions. And I think that's totally wrong, man. I'm for accountability, man. If you ain't doing the job, see you later.
Especially when it comes to teaching children, because that's the next generation that's going to stand up for their rights. And it seems like a lot of kids these days, and maybe it's, I know, God, did I just say that? No, bad pumpkin. You're not old. Yeah. Quit it. All right.
That's like this email says, this is an assault on public education. This one speaks to some of the choices we make in building a social movement in solidarity and anticipation of many great things ahead. Barbara, who's the head of the Mass Teachers Association union. But some of the bullshit I get from this union, man, I'm telling you, it's like, they don't mention, the ones that should be the first concern is the children and the students, like you were just saying, and teaching them and moving them from A to B and making them, positive contributing members of our society, man. There is none of that. It's all about teachers and covering their ass and looking out for themselves
and making that money.
The hell with the kids and the schools and the parents and it's ridiculous, man.
It gets to the point where you have to question, why is this happening? But now, as you were saying, though, you were saying that now your state is supposedly against charter schools, forming more of them, right?
Yeah, well, the candidate of choice for governor of Massachusetts, the teachers union strongly supports, but she is for charter schools, whereas the union is against charter schools. But they figure they're gonna vote for her anyway over the Republican candidate, which they dismiss out of hand, no matter what his qualifications might be. Just because you got a D in front of your name, they feel that you should still vote for that person. And to me, that's bullshit. Think for yourself. Think for yourself if you're out there.
Yeah, if you are opposed to something, doesn't mean change who you are. It means that you need to bring more support to that. To your cause at least. I mean, I know that a lot of causes that are in a lot of people's minds today are the ones that have to do with their everyday lives. And I don't know how a lot of this got changed from underneath of our noses. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I do.
A
Absolutely.
lot of this snuck up under the dead of night. You know, they snuck us in on a lot of this stuff, and I don't like
Yeah.
that. I don't like how people are just